by the end of this video, you'll have better live studio settings, better graphics, and better alerts. Of course, that means more viewers and more gifts. And this is where today's sponsor, Fiverr, is going to help us. But first, let's look at the best live studio settings. So in Live Studio, I'm just going to click onto the settings cog, and the stream quality tab is what we want. And here on screen are my recommended settings. The H.265 encoder here puts the least strain on your GPU, while the rest of these settings should provide a high quality stream. If you are on a lower end PC, then I suggest lowering to 720p, and if you're still lagging, just lower the settings such as the FPS, although this will provide a lower quality stream. The only other setting I strongly recommend is click on the audio settings, and against your microphone, click the settings cog and make sure noise suppression is enabled. That's just going to remove the noise of any AC, fans, or anything like that. Next up, we need to stand out from the crowd with a nice looking stream. Live Studio gives us some basic settings like this. However, we can do way better. So let's look at how to add some nice looking graphics to your Live Studio stream. Now, an ultra basic method would be use image editing software. This, for example, is GIMP. Make a 1920 by 1080 canvas for landscape, or a 1080 by 1920 for a portrait stream. And then you would just add whatever you want onto the canvas. If you are going to use a basic software like GIMP, don't forget you can use something like ChatGPT. If you don't know how to use it, just ask it a question. For example, here I asked it how I draw a circle in GIMP. Now, unfortunately, it takes a lot of time to get familiar with something like GIMP or Photoshop. So this is where today's sponsor, Fiverr, can help us. So I headed to Fiverr, which is linked in the description, and I simply searched for Stream Overlay. And after a bit of searching, I eventually went with Fares. I'm sorry if I said that name wrong. He was a top rated seller with over 1,000 reviews. Fares was offering a lot of different packages. I ended up going for his premium package. And this is going to give me a webcam overlay. It's going to give me 4 different screens, a logo, and even though we're not really doing anything for Twitch here, it's going to give me some Twitch panels too. After placing the order, I just filled out some basic requirements to tell Fares things like my favorite color and the type of theme that I wanted on my overlay. So I simply told him I like blue, cyan, and yellow, and I told him I play a lot of Fortnite and Valorant, and I asked him for a cartoony type version of me for my logo. And as you'd expect from a top rated seller, Fares has now delivered the order on time and to high quality. I see that he's even paid attention to the detail and noticed that I use a green screen and not a webcam border. So instead of making a webcam border, he's delivered me a little bar that I can put beneath my green screen. Whether you've made the graphics yourself or with Fiverr, let's look at how to add them to Live Studio. I'm going to start by pressing Add Scene in the bottom left corner. I'm going to click on blank and press Add. Then I'm going to rename this from blank 1 and I'm going to name mine Starting. After that, I'm going to click Add Source. Now, you will either have an image to add or a video to add. I have an image, but just quickly, if you're adding a video, make sure you tick the loop option. Anyway, I'm adding an image source, so I just have to find where my image is. This is my Starting Soon screen, so let's add that. If Live Studio hasn't full screened it, you just click the Stretch to Screen button. Now just repeat the same process for a Be Right Back and a Stream Ending screen. Let's teleport to the future. So that's all done. Now let's add a Just Chatting section. Now you might already have a pre-made one like I do from TikTok. So let's just replace TikTok's image and I'll add in my Just Chatting image. It now seems to be a bit messed up. So once again, I'm stretching to screen to get it on the screen properly. Gonna lock the image in place and click onto the camera and place the camera into the correct place. Something like that. And similarly for the chat, I'm going to move the chat into the correct position. There we go. Don't forget, if you don't like the goals, chat, etc. that is provided by Live Studio, then TikFinity has a ton of overlays, goals, and things like that which you can add. All you have to do is add them as a link source. Finally, I've gone to my main gameplay scene and I've added in my camera bar. Again, for a lot of people, this is going to be a rectangular camera border. Same process, I just added an image source. Next up, let's improve our subscriber emotes so that you can make more money from subscriptions. To get to the emote settings, just click your profile picture and click on subscription. Now, once again, you could create your own emotes using these specifications, 256 by 256 up to 1 meg. Once again though, that's highly technical, so our sponsor Fiverr is going to help us again. Given how new TikTok emotes are, I actually typed Twitch emotes into Fiverr, and I went for top rated seller Fenny, who is linked in the description, and I chose her premium package to get 5 new emotes. Once again, she asked me for some basic requirements like my favorite colors and of course what emotes I wanted. I went for some pretty standard emotes like a GG emote and a shocked face, and I asked for this in a cartoon style of myself. As expected, I got an on-time, high-quality delivery, so now it's just a case of adding it to Live Studio. So under the emotes tab in the subscription settings, I just press the plus button and find my emotes. So she gave me a few different file sizes. I'm going to add the 500 by 500 one. And once again, let's teleport to the future with all 5 added. There we go. Now I just have to submit. It's going to be reviewed. I just press submit. And as this banner says, subscribers can still access my old badges while the new ones are being approved. Next up, let's use TikFinity to put the viewer's name on the screen when they follow, but I'm going to make it even more customized by also putting a custom animation on the screen as well. Let's begin by making the basic follow alert on TikFinity, which is linked in the description. I click create new action and I'll call it new follow. Then I simply into this show alert box type thanks for following or something along those lines. I can then pick any color. I'm going to set mine to yellow, and in the global overlay settings I can change a lot of different font and color settings. Like I said, I want to add a custom animation, so I want a custom GIF, so I click on show picture, and once again this is where Fiverr is going to help us. So I like black cats, so I've decided I would like a black cat animation to show whenever somebody follows. So I searched for animated animal on Fiverr, and you can see there was a lot of different options, and I went for toads, or as the name says on this page, I'm going to say it wrong, Sutrasno. And I went for the premium package to get myself a 5-second GIF. As expected, I've now received a high quality GIF. So now let's head back to TikFinity and clicking on show picture GIF, and I'll click on select file. And once I've found where it is, I'll just upload it to TikFinity. Let's finish saving the action now. I'm going to scroll down, I'm going to change it to 5 seconds. This is how long the text shows on the screen. And I'm going to scroll down, click on this link. Once I've clicked the link, I'll press save. Now we need to make a new event. I'll click create new event. The event will be triggered by a follow. The action we're triggering is the new follow action, and we just save. And finally, if you haven't already added screen 1 to Live Studio, click on add source and then click on link here. I've already got it added up here, so I don't have to add it. But don't forget, if you also have a chat overlay, add it to this page as well. If you'd like to test what your new alert looks like, all you have to do is scroll down on the TikFinity Actions and Events page and simply click Simulate Follow, and you can check Live Studio to see what it looks like. Anyway, thank you to Fiverr for sponsoring today's videos. You can check out all of the different sellers that I used in the description, as well as a link to the Fiverr homepage. What I just showed you was TikFinity. You can watch this video to learn a little bit more about TikFinity. Thank you to the channel members for their ongoing support. Subscribe if you found this useful, and thanks for watching.